Okay.
Go ahead, Greg. It's your turn.
My turn, huh? Well, I'll tell you what. I've landed on two horses here. The obvious horse and maybe the not-so-obvious horse.
I think the people would like to hear about the not-so-obvious
The not-so-obvious
horse. They already
horse
know about the obvious one.
would be Machine Maker. And Steve picked Machine Maker on the radio, but JR picked Bob Lee. So our radio show players, JR's got the dough right now at $22 with Bob Lee, and Machine Maker doesn't look like he's going to be paying 22. This horse gets a significant post relief. He's in very good form. He's capable of competing at this class. He's got the big mark here at Cal Expo last year, 51 and change. Give him a strong look from the 2-hole. The obvious horse, Samovar Hanover. What more can you say? Claimed by Luke Plano 2 weeks back, raced last week, first time in the Plano barn, 123 and 3 last 3 quarters, 54 and 4 last half. No, this is not the Big M. Right here at Cal Expo, Coach. Samovar Hanover, a powerhouse right now. Very tough to go against.
It says a lot about horses, and I always find it interesting about how a horse can be going good and doing well in a good stable, and then get claimed by another good stable where just something changes, something psychologically changes, just a little change in their training schedule, a new groom that gets along with them, and suddenly the horse kicks it up yet another notch. And
Exactly.
It feels like very much the story of Samovar Hanover.
We'll find out. 2 on a nickel right now. We'll find out if Samovar Hanover is the real deal.
Good luck. Go get them. We'll see you after this one.
They're on the track for Cal Expo's 12th race, and here's the field. One Something New, owned, trained, and driven by Gilbert Herrera. 2 is Machine Maker, owned by trainer Bob Johnson, driven this evening by Jim Lackey. 3 is 10's Hanover, owned by Erica Plano, driven by trainer Rick Plano. 4 Rich and Dandy, owned by Carol Campbell, also owned by trainer Gene McDonnell, catch driven by Steve Wiseman, note the driver change. 5 Silver Oak, owned by trainer Mark Anderson, driven by Rick Keebler. 6 Wastin' Time, trained by Lou Pena, owned and driven by Dave Siegel. 7 Samovar Hanover, trained by Rick Plano, owned and driven by Luke Plano. And completing the field is 8 Jordan's Planet, debuting for the Summersby stable, debuting for trainer Jamie Sullivan, driven by Ed Hensley. And remember, this pacer in to be claimed for $25,000. That's the field for the 10th. They'll reach the starting gate in 3 minutes. Eighth of a mile to the start. Here they come. And they're off. That's Silver Oak gunning for the lead on the inside, Something New, and on the outside of horses, Wastin' Time. They race into the turn, and Silver Oak takes the early lead. Up on the outside in second, that's Wastin' Time. Something New's on the inside in third, and winging up on the outside is Wastin' Time with a rush. Wastin' Time takes the lead, and immediately Siegel hits the brakes. Pacing in second is Silver Oak. They're still going a good clip. Something New is third. Machine Maker is fourth off of an opening quarter that went in 28 1/5. Wastin' Time, the leader, a length and a quarter. Silver Oak is second. It's now a tepid pace. Something New is third, followed by Machine Maker Ian fourth. Under a good grip in fifth, an anxious 10's Hanover. Rich and Dandy is sixth. Seventh finds Samovar Hanover, and the trailer, Jordan's Planet. Easy second quarter here for Wastin' Time, who leads it by a length and a half. Silver Oak second, Something New third. On the inside fourth, Machine Maker trying to pull but staying in was 10's Hanover. They went by the half, 58 1, 30 seconds for the second quarter. Into the final turn they go. Wastin' Time, the leader by 2. Silver Oak is second. Something New racing in third. Up on the rim, Rich and Dandy is fourth. Then it's Samovar Hanover second over in fifth. Machine Maker locked in sixth. Jordan's Planet third over in seventh, buried on the inside, 10's Hanover. It's Wastin Time, the leader by a length. Driving from the pocket is Silver Oak. Along the inside, Something New, tipping 3 wide, Rich and Dandy. 4 wide, Samovar Hanover. 3/4, 126 and 2, a fast 28 and 1 third quarter. Wasting Time in front end, driving. Silver Oaks on the outside in second, locked in Something New on the outside. Here comes Samovar Hanover, mid-stretch. Along the inside, it's still Wasting Time with the lead. On the outside, Samovar Hanover, late move, Jordan's Planet. Wasting Time in front. A 3-horse photo for place between Silver Oak, Jordan's Planet, Samovar Hanover in 154 and 2. Tight for place. In the photographer place, 5, Silver Oak was second, 7, Samovar Hanover was third, and 8, Jordan's Planet was fourth. Returning to the winner's circle for the 22nd time in his career, and we thank the good folks at TrackMaster providing that information. And TrackMaster happens to be the president of TrackMaster, is the owner and driver of this pacer, and that's Dave Siegel. 6 Wasting Time, a California bred, trained by Lou Pena, owned and driven by Dave Siegel of Palo Alto. And again, Dave is the president of TrackMaster that provides Greg Pistakini and myself with a lot of information. Wasting Time a winner in 154 and 2/5. The 12th is official. Here's the rundown. 1 Something New 5th, 2 Machine Makers 6th, 3 10's Hanover 8th, 4 Rich and Dandy 7th, 5 Silver Oak 2nd, 6 Wasting Time the winner, 7 Samovar Hanover was 3rd, and 8 Jordan's Planet was 4th. Recapping the 12th, 5 6 8, 7 2 1, 3 4 on the bottom, 154 and 2.
There was a time where Cal Expo was sort of known as a chalky place, Greg, where the favorites won at an inordinate percentage, but that time is not tonight.
You predicted this before the races. Remember, you're the guy that predicted the long shots.
I know, and I was kind of hoping they would happen in conjunction with the pick 4s and we'd get a big turnover, but at that portion of the night, things seemed to go according to form. But I'll tell you one thing, a man named Dave Siegel was not about to let a little thing like being 15 to 1 throw him in that race. He is aggressive. He likes to leave the gate with his horses, and I think attention has to be paid. Usually when you talk about an up-and-coming hot driver, it's usually a kid of 21 or 22. This guy is really getting the job done here.
He's getting the job done. He's probably mid-40-ish, and like you said, he's aggressive off the gate, and he's confident and he's very good now at rating miles. There was a time when he didn't really have that clock in his head, and every quarter would be a little faster than it needed to be. We saw him steal away a slow second quarter there, wasting time. A very good horse in his own right, and Cal-bred, I might add.
Yes, he is.
Just showed those claimers who the boss was. 54 and change. Siegel wins again. The fastest amateur in harness racing history.
But I mean, we talked earlier about James Foley being a young up-and-coming driver. Timmy Clevenger is certainly a young up-and-coming driver. Here is a middle-aged up-and-coming driver, Dave Siegel, and I think every time he drives, he gets better and better, and he's got a lot to be proud of.
And our amateur drivers here in California have a lot to be proud of as well. Jim Foley went to Ohio, represented California in the National Amateur Driver Championship, Little Brown Jug this year, and took first place. Dave Siegel broke the world record for the fastest amateur in harness racing history. Two guys right here in California in the record books.
And we're going to have an amateur driving series in March, I believe, an East-West amateur driving series.
Are you in?
I'm going to be in.
No.
Dean Spriggs is going to be in,
wow.
who's recognized as the top amateur
He's
driver
the man.
in America.
He was here last year.
Yeah, he'll be here again. Peter Gary, who's the head of the Billings, will be here again. It's a pretty exciting time for amateur drivers.
That's awesome.
And you're going to get to see the best of the amateur drivers right here in March.
All right, well, they're coming on the track here for race 13.